Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming on this late afternoon, and I appreciate you giving me a chance to spend a few minutes talking to you about what we're doing as VitalSource with EPUB3. VitalSource, if you're not familiar with us, we're a part of the Ingram family. We are the fastest growing part of the Ingram family, in fact, and we deliver to users in more than 200 different countries and territories around the world, supporting different languages in 17 different languages, and providing really a robust platform for e-software distribution for higher education. We've got over 2.3 million users. We're adding a lot of users each week. Last year, we delivered more than 5 million e-textbooks into the marketplace. And we're continuing to grow and enhance our capabilities with an announcement this week that I'm really here to talk about. So enough about VitalSource and our background. Let's talk about what we said on Monday in our press release. And Monday, we announced really a fulfillment of what we started here on this stage a year ago. A year ago, we announced our intent to deliver EPUB3, and this week we were happy to be able to announce our fulfillment of that promise. And we're delivering not only EPUB3 on a number of different clients, but full support for publishers being able to take advantage of that, as well as capabilities to enhance that and to do new and exciting things in book content and e-textbooks that have not been possible before. And so very quickly, what I wanted to make sure that people understand is when we talk about delivering on our bookshelf platform, we're talking about delivering across 6 different clients. We have complete support and integration between our different clients. So you sync up your content, you sync up your highlights and your notes, you sync up what you're doing and working with that content between them as you move between them. But it's fully supported on Android and Kindle Fire, fully supported on iPads and iPhones, supported in Windows and Macintosh, both desktop and laptops as students use them, as well as in the different browsers as students may move between machines or devices or in a library or on a friend's machine, in both download and online configurations. So you get capabilities of using not only the bookshelf platform as it's historically been, but the new features and the new capabilities of EPUB3 in these environments as well. EPUB3 really gives you the ability to deliver and to use that content then wherever you want, whether you're online, whether you're offline, whether you're working in your machine or working together as a study group, to provide you with the capability of using these new features. So what are some of the new capabilities and how do we bring those in for publishers? And that's the second thing that we're announcing this week, and that is that we're ready to start receiving EPUB files from publishers to deliver on this platform. Bringing files in is available now, and it's available directly from a publisher, being able to do things through an API and deliver them to us, deliver them through our sister company, CoreSource within Ingram, if you have content that's residing there, and bring that in, as well as using automated services to be able to provide a capability for publishers to streamline their influx of content into our system and have it appear in the different platforms that users can use in their different environments. What this gives you is the ability to deliver to your customers now, to deliver the content as you're enhancing it and as you're deploying it with the new capabilities and the new formats into those platforms and into those capabilities now. But really, probably the most exciting part is what actually happens inside the content. What can actually be done with an EPUB3 file, and what can we support in this environment? And it's really about providing a very highly interactive, highly rich environment where there's no longer a lot of set rules for what you can do to display your content, but you have the capabilities of utilizing the EPUB3 format to its fullest extent. The EPUB3 format, if you're not familiar with it, really builds on a lot of different standards, provides you with a lot of very rich layout options, provides you with increased accessibility for people who are at need, for devices, for people who need to use screen readers and other capabilities to provide accessibility support. It provides you with multi-language capabilities to support different Unicode language types, different layouts, different right-left, top-bottom flow within the document, as well as embedded learning objects and JavaScript capability that can provide you with a rich ability to customize the interface, customize the usability and the capabilities of your documents as you're deploying them. And as I mentioned, this capability is not only just available in an online browser environment, but it's available both online and download on all of the different devices. So rather than talk about it, I want to show you a couple of demos. Let me switch over here. It looks like my resolution changed. So let me change that on the fly here. There we go. Now you can see it a little bit better. So we're running a near finished version of the application software here on the Mac. Same type of an interface you'd get on all of our clients. And what we've got here is just to show you an example of the types of things that can be done in EPUB. We just put together kind of a basic example here to show you some of the new ways of thinking about laying out in a book. Because EPUB3 is not just a new file format, it's not just a new way of marking things up, it's using existing technologies. One of the ways I like to talk about EPUB3 is everyone's heard of HTML5 now. HTML5 has been around for a while. HTML5 is going to change how we do things. It already is changing a lot of how we do things on the web. EPUB3, a great way to think about it, is it's a set of best practices for how do I take HTML5 and do a book out of it. What do I need to do to make a book work with HTML5 layout? What do I do for things like table of contents and for laying out flow and for adjusting my content depending on the screen size that it's on and having things work differently and dealing with things as a book, but inside that book is HTML5. And so as an example here, you could take and do new things with the interactivity, new things with the layout of a book that are non-traditional, that you may have seen in customized applications that are very expensive to do, that can now be done with simple layout and distribution as an EPUB file. So here, for example, having different user interfaces to be able to pop open chapters. And in this case, I've got different flow, a couple of different columns here. I've got different layout options available to me. I can go out on the network and I can pull in a movie, a streaming movie, and have that laid out right here in line and be able to watch the movie and download that. I can use the network for other types of resources if I want from within my book, like hopping out to Wikipedia, pulling in an article, or hopping into YouTube and doing a quick search from within the book. Being able to pull in new types of functionality that you would think about as sort of browser-based or different interactivity that has been traditionally excluded or limited to the browser are now available in this file format that can deliver as a book. And I can also do things like bringing in learning objects. So here we've got an example of a little interactive learning object where I'm trying to match up different categories of fossil types. And I know this one is amber. I always get that one right. But I'll just finish dragging these across here. And you can see, got a little quick check answer. I got 2 of them wrong this time. That's pretty good for what I've been going through lately here. But giving me this interactivity that I can put into place here right in line with the EPUB file. VitalSource will help you create these types of interactive objects as well. We'll help you use a set of templated tools that we have that have a number of different capabilities that you can very easily and simply, as you're working to create new capabilities in your files, lay in these learning objects. Another way of looking at this would be through just straight JavaScript. So let me show you an example. Here's one from our friends over at Wiley. Pulling in just a nice simple layout, again, showing different options here, and pulling in just a quick simple test yourself. It's just a JavaScript environment. I'll do all true here, check my answers. So you can see very easily, simply how to get this interactivity involved right in the book. Let me show you a couple more examples here. Here's an interesting one that, let me drop into lesson 1 here. It just does some what you would think about as traditional sort of fixed page layout, but gives me a layout capabilities with built-in, I didn't hook up the audio, but here we got little audio clips to be able to speak through and to provide feedback to the user. I can, again, do simple true-false testing. We'll just do those there. Check which ones I've got. I can do some fill in the blanks. Is, smaller, check in, try remembering, and give me some hints here. So this is for learning English and for interacting with this type of content. One of the things that we announced last week at the IMS show in Toronto was a way of extending this capability and not only providing you with the ability to put interactive objects in line and being able to have them used in our application, whether you're online or offline, but to be able to tie these in an educational environment with the learning management system. So here I've got just some screenshots because I don't want to test the network here on the show floor, but to give you an idea of what we announced, what we've been showing over in the Ingram booth is the ability to take, so here we've got an EPUB3 file. I can open up one of these interactive learning objects again, take the assessment, and when I check on this assessment though, because I'm in a learning environment where this has been launched from an LMS through a single sign-on, I brought the user into this environment from maybe their campus network or their campus portal, and now the user is using it as part of their class, is using it as part of their assignment. Maybe a deep link from the teacher has brought them here, so they're able to work with this content. What we do is we can actually take those results of the assessment and return them back to the LMS and have them appear in the gradebook. So using a standard from the IMS called LTI 1.1, a new update to that, we're actually to take and open this file through the portal, have the user seamlessly get into it with a single sign-on, take the assessment in their EPUB document, have that assessment give the results back and have the results appear in the gradebook on the LMS, their Blackboard or their Moodle or their Sakai gradebook or Desire to Learn, whichever one that they're using, because it's all based on standards. And what this gives us is the ability to use now a lot of different standards coming together to provide a greater picture and a greater capability than they each could do alone. And so the students can search, they can study, they can succeed by increasing the functionality through supporting these standards. With EPUB3 on the different platforms, with LTI capabilities when you're working in a learning environment, working through people like Blackboard or other LMS providers, being able to provide analytics back. Who has used what? Who has seen what in the classroom? As an instructor, have my students all actually done this reading? Have they gone to the reading and seen it? And having this ability to be able to report back these outcomes and these analytics, as well as being able to enhance the interactive assessments right in line is what EPUB3 is about. Now at VitalSource, we're very excited to be announcing this, but also to deliver it into the hands of our users with upgrades that'll be coming out between now and the end of July for all of our client families, with new publishing support that we're able to bring to ingest these files from publishers, as well as providing authors and editors and workflow teams the ability to enhance their content using standard libraries, using standard templates, and getting the advantage of these other standard integrations with things like LTI and Gradebook and LMS integrations, all built in as a natural part of using the tool. So that's what we wanted to make sure everybody understood we were doing here this week, that we're ready, that we said a year ago we would be ready, that we are ready now. We're delivering to the marketplace. We're the first EPUB3 reader that is across multiple platforms, and we're the first e-textbook reader delivering EPUB3 to the marketplace. And we're very excited about what it's going to do to enhance the capabilities of what people can do with e-textbooks. Thank you very much. My 15 minutes are up, but I will be happy to stand down here and answer any questions that people may have afterwards. And I want to thank you for coming in and listening to me on a late afternoon event. Thank you very much.